Management Studies IGNOU presents an audiobook on the course Mmpc 011 titled Social Processes and Behavioral Issues for MBA Program. Presenting Block 4 titled Emerging Trends. Unit 11 Employee Empowerment Part 1.
Objectives. After completion of this unit, you will be able to 1. Understand the concept of employee empowerment. 2. Give the rationale for empowerment. 3. Implement empowerment. And 4. Recognize empowered employees. Introduction. Employee empowerment provides employees with a certain degree of responsibility and autonomy for making decisions related to specific tasks of the organization. Employee empowerment over the years increased a sense of ownership within the organization. The empowered personnel will become more passionate and show the desire to make embracing changes than other employees in the organization. Concept and theory of employee empowerment. Meaning. Empowerment is the process of enabling or authorizing an individual to think, behave, act, and control work and decision-making in autonomous ways. Definition. 1. According to Richard Kath Nelson, empowerment is the process coming to feel and behave as if one is in power and to feel as if they owned the firm. 2. According to Bowen and Lawler, employee empowerment refers to the management strategies for sharing decision-making power. Concept. Empowerment is the ongoing process of providing the tools, infrastructure, training, resources, encouragement, and motivation your workers need to perform at the optimum level. If you focus on employee empowerment, it will speed up processes with quality production and services. An employee feels much more control in their work life since authority is given to an individual to make decisions. There is hidden potential among employees which can be revealed through empowerment. Theoretical approaches to empowerment. Study of empowerment can be done in 3 theoretical approaches. The socio-structural perspective concentrates on redesigning or advancing organizational policies, practices, and structures to provide power, authority, and influence over their work to employees. The psychological approach concentrates on empowering employee effectiveness by developing their competence and self-determination. The critical perspective challenges the concept of employee empowerment and argues that empowerment leads to less precise control over employees. Principle of employee empowerment. The principle of employee empowerment applicable to management allowing employees to make decisions that affect their jobs rather than having to clear everything with managers. 2 of the key elements of employee empowerment are efficient hiring system and constant training. Management's role in empowerment. Everything management does to promote empowerment should have the goal of establishing a creative, open, non-threatening environment in which involved, motivated, dedicated employees can flourish. The 3 words that perfectly describe management's role in empowerment are commitment, leadership, and facilitation. The manager's role in empowerment consists of exhibiting a supportive attitude, being a role model, being a mentor, being a trainer, being a facilitator, practicing management by walking around, taking quick action on recommendations, and recognizing the accomplishments of employee. Brainstorming. Employees are motivated to share their views and ideas. All ideas suggested are recorded, then after evaluation process begins. They are asked to go through the list assessing the relative merits of each. The process is repeated until the group narrows the choices to a specified number. Quality circles. A quality circle is a group of employees that assembles regularly and make group decisions regarding improvements of the organization. The main difference between quality circles and brainstorming is that quality circle members are volunteers who summon themselves and conduct their own meetings. Quality circles assemble regularly before, during, or after a shift to discuss their work, predict problems, propose workplace improvements, set goals, and make plans. Walking and talking MBWA, management by walking around. Simply walking around the workplace and talking with employees can be an effective way to solicit input. An effective way to prompt employee input is to ask the right questions and to use open ended questions. Following are few things leaders can do to build an environment that empowers people. 1. Give power to those who have demonstrated the capacity to handle the responsibility. 2. Create a favorable environment in which people are encouraged to grow their skills. 3. Don't second guess others' decision and ideas unless it's necessary. This only undermines their confidence and keeps them from sharing future ideas with you. 4. Give people discretion and autonomy over their tasks and resources. Empowerment has become necessary due to the following reasons. Empowerment of employees help an organization to assign different projects to hone the competence of employees. Motivation. A work team can avoid the inspection of the organization if it continually performs above the organization expectations and without disturbance. To do that, the group develops ways to motivate itself and develops methods for staying efficient. For example, team members will often take it upon themselves to remind the rest of the group of the benefits of high productivity, including pay raises and management recognition. An empowered group will cross-train each and every member of their group to do the basics of each other's jobs. Thus, the team can still be productive even a team member is ever out. Creativity. When an employee feels a sense of accomplishment and feels valued, the employee is more likely to get attached in critical and creative thinking. He or she will feel more capable and inspired to deal situations in unconventional ways, which can lead to better production. Empowering an employee make himself or herself to think and take the initiative and may find unique ways to add worth to the organization and devise processes or policies that no longer are efficient. This removes some of the pressure on management to stay innovate and stay ahead of the industry. Job satisfaction. Empowerment provides the employee with a sense of autonomy, which will increase one's job satisfaction. They will be more comfortable at work because it enhances confidence. A happy employee provides the best customer service, and that results in leaving a good impact on an organization. Decision making. Rapid growth in technology provides customer in finding information about products and services in increasingly diverse ways. Employees need to make quick and apt decisions that benefit your organization. And decision making should be taken in a quicker manner to find new ways to meet customer demands. Independent decision making can enhance self-confidence among the employees. Loyalty. An employee exhibits loyalty if supported, respected, listened to, and valued. He or she is more likely to work hard and promote the organization when the opportunity arises. Cost savings. Employees who perform their tasks on a regular basis have an intimate understanding of how their jobs are done. According to Chapter 18 of the Reinventor's Field book, titled Employee Empowerment, by empowering employees to determine their work methods, organizations can benefit from the years of experience each employee has. By allowing employees to suggest and make procedural changes that make their jobs more efficient, organizations benefit by saving money. Morale. Employees who are empowered in their jobs have a greater responsibility. Putting employees in charge of their results will boost up the morale of the employees. Empowered employees know that their ideas matter to the success of the organization, so they tend to take a greater interest in creating a more efficient and profitable organization. This all has a positive effect on the organization bottom line. Management-employee relationship. Employee empowerment can help to strengthen the bond between managers and employees. According to the article titled Employee Empowerment, Management Giving Power to the People, published on the Thinking Managers website. Managers are coaches with an utmost interest in the success of their employees, in contrast with those that dictate policy and give commands. Managers and employees learn to depend on one another for getting things done. Direct accountability. Empowered employees are accountable for their jobs as they make their own decisions. This is advantageous for organizations because instead of harnessing managers with the responsibility for all decisions, employees handle some of the decision-making slack. Thus, it would be easy to identify the exact sources of consequences. Organizations can offer training to specific employees to improve themselves as opposed to spending time and money on training entire departments. Job duties. The experienced employee has the ability to do a job in a most effective way. The organization can benefit from allowing experienced employees to alter job duties that make the organization more productive. For example, an employee may notice that the basic maintenance on a particular machine once a week as opposed to once a month enhances the output of that machine and extends the lifetime of equipment. The employee then consults the management and alters the job duties of his position to include weekly maintenance on the machine instead of monthly. Empowered employees help to evolve job descriptions to make them more relevant to upcoming employees and the organization's success. Team structure. Empowered employee groups are encouraged to create their own structure so that they can feel comfortable in a way it works and increase its productivity. The manager observes the team performance but only interferes if necessary. Thus, created structure on its own dictates how the team processes information and how the team efficiently executes its duties. Measuring empowerment. After all, there is a need to measure how well employees are empowered. Regarding this point, Employee Empowerment Inventory (EEI) has been developed. It is an inventory rather than a survey as it is trying to measure the current state of everyone in the organization. The inventory is usually scheduled to be issued every 6 months so that an organization can track its progress. The general form of the inventory is 1. Does the employee feel empowered by their direct supervisor? 2. Which of the 5 components, if any, is the major barrier to their empowerment? 3. Does the employee have the knowledge necessary to accomplish the job? 4. What is the most important barrier to attaining the knowledge necessary to accomplish the job? 5. Does the employee have the tools necessary to accomplish the job? 6. What is the most important barrier to attaining the tools necessary to accomplish the job? 7. Does the employee understand the responsibilities necessary to accomplish the job? 8. What is the most important barrier to attaining an understanding of the responsibilities necessary to accomplish the job? 9. Does the employee and others around them have the accountability necessary to accomplish the job? 10. What is the most important barrier to attaining the accountability necessary to accomplish the job? 11. Does the employee have the authority necessary to accomplish the job? 12. What is the most important barrier to attaining the authority necessary to accomplish the job? 13. Beyond the control of the direct supervisor, is the employee empowered? 14. Beyond the control of the direct supervisor, what barriers exist to being empowered? 15. What percent of the employee's time is spent in crisis or unplanned activities that are not part of the job? 16. What percent of the employee's time do they spend in meetings that are a waste of their time? Empowerment in strategic planning. Sometimes, empowerment will be addressed in the strategic planning. This implies that the difference between where you are and where you want to be will require special activities outside the usual day-to-day work. In the strategic planning process, empowerment has a unique status. The pros and cons of empowerment in an organization. Nowadays, empowerment has become a popular word in the business environment. Empowerment refers to the management practice of giving authority to employees in making decisions regarding their work. In contrast with the traditional environment in which the boss gives orders, while contemporary business theory often argues that the empowerment style of leadership is more productive, like all leadership styles, it has its pros and cons. Pros. 1. Increased productivity and morale. Empowering employees to make decisions on their own can increase productivity. When employees don't have to wait for approval from a manager or supervisor, the workflow doesn't slow down or stop. Employees solve their own issues and they keep moving. Employees who feel confident that their input will be valued, listened to, and acted upon will be more likely to share their views and ideas, benefiting employee as well as the employer. John Zink of the PHCC Educational Foundation says, sometimes it takes an employee stepping outside of their authority to show the benefits of employee empowerment and owner. 2. Improved quality. Providing employees with tools and guidelines and proper training to make independent decisions often encourages them to produce quality work and help your organization to meet its goals. A 1999 study of Canadian hospitals conducted by the University of Alberta found that a culture of employee empowerment and ownership is a key to reach quality improvement goals and maintain quality standards. When properly trained employees are empowered to solve problems, take risks, or be creative in their approach to work, they are more likely to assume authority on the tasks. Whether the job is caring for ill patients, developing an entire product line, or simply selling movie tickets, empowered employees often feel the sense of authority in the organization and their work and struggle consistently to produce quality results. 3. Better customer service. Simon Sinek, a blogger who writes The Empowered Employee, says that empowered employees provide exceptional service and he has experienced this firsthand. Empowered employees have the power to make decisions without a supervisor. They are entitled to go off script, bend the rules, do what they see fit if they believe it is the right thing to do for the customer. More than any other kind of employee, the empowered employee can create a feeling of true customer service that ultimately yields much greater customer loyalty. He says, organizations that give employees the freedom to make decisions on the spot, which may even sometimes fly in the face of established rules and protocol, often find that service to internal and external customers is improved. 4. Embracing change. Empowered employees are always free to change and challenge the status quo that is considerably quite critical for organizations that are fast-changing and technology-based environment. Organizations which feel uncomfortable about questioning their status quo will most probably stay stagnant since other organizations may swiftly get past them. By establishing an environment where the employees are feeling free to ask, offer, and challenge new ideas may avoid such a problem and help the employers and employees in the same process. 5. Collaboration. Since employees have been treated and empowered as essential components within the organization, they gain a lot of self-confidence as well as their abilities to influence the organization. They feel comfortable in exchanging their new views and ideas and collaborating with colleagues in an honest and broad manner. The behavior boosts their teamwork, promote and increase involvement in supporting main goals of the organization. Thus, collaboration plays a key role in attaining a lot more than any individual can attain on their own in the organization. 6. Communication is boosted. Being less prominent in knowing the changes in the organization is not a good to feel thing for employees. To overcome that, managers should keep the employees informed regarding environment and jobs. The management should be receptive when it comes to intake of employees and gives them a better sense of control over the strategic and financial decision. This culture makes employees feel more comfortable and share their ideas with management and improve the morale of the workplace. In return, the employees will become more receptive towards any positive training from the management. 7. Clients will be much happier. When the clients have been given power, they feel very happy and satisfied with their position. They become more enthusiastic and feel better. This happens to be a key area when financial improvements have been realized from empowering their employees. The clients always communicate with the attentive and friendly staff regardless of their enterprise, and the empowered personnel will take a much more personal approach with their clients and focus on creative and better ways to solve problems that appear much less tied to the policy of the organization. In turn, the organization will feel increased concern and improve retention and loyalty. Cons. Like all leadership styles, employee empowerment also is likely to have some disadvantages. It leads to decrease in efficiency because of non-uniform decisions that are unoptimized for organizational goals. It can also create issues with collaboration throughout the organization because the decisions are decentralized and not managed at the top. Manager and employee relationships can become tense as the boundaries of authority blurred. 1. Abusing power. When the empowered employees are given powers to make decisions in their own way, most of them tend to abuse their power. There is a slight chance and has a huge possibility of taking advantage of the empowered for better and even more personal gain. This implies the employees may become less responsible for efficient based decisions they have made. For example, the employee tends to spend time on non work related things such as breaks and committee meetings rather than on work. 2. Interpersonal relations. The complication in interpersonal relations arises with empowering employees. The power they got to make decisions is being rooted to this complexity that could bring conflicts and misunderstanding between staff and management. In the trail of accepting the better culture of employee empowerment, the management is facing a tough time in any organization. These conflicts could result in any environment where the management and employees cannot have proper working relations. Even when empowerment could provide you with subordinate employees as well as job satisfaction, it could deprive their managers at the same time. 3. Additional costs of training. Empowering employees trained well for educating them regarding assertiveness, leadership skills, and group dynamics. The additional costs as well as time are to be incurred by the organization to make it to happen, to accept the fact that training will get you positive results. 4. Poor knowledge and understanding. Even though the ability to make decisions could be considered capable, it comes with a few negative points as well. Lack of proper knowledge in taking a decision regarding various business fields undermine the success of the organization and may cause more interrelation conflicts. Lack of proper training could be the cause. 5. Arrogance. The confidence level of an empowered employee is highly increased as they are provided with sufficient power. That could be considerable, but too much of confidence is not even good thing. Increased levels of confidence could lead to arrogance behavior. Handling such employee is quite difficult, which does become insubordinate in the future. 6. Risks of security and confidentiality. Employees are empowered by sharing information that is not supposed to be shared with others. There is a lot of information that exchanges freely among employees within the organization, which can increase risk while considering the security and confidentiality when leaked to others who usually don't have any access to that type of information. Beyond empowerment to enlistment. Employee enlistment goes beyond empowerment in that it not only allows employees to own their jobs and to innovate, but also expects them to do so. Empower the employees by making it clear that their authority over things or ownership is necessary and the one that is expected. Make ownership a criterion in the performance appraisal process. In meetings, expect employees to be engaged. Make enlistment a guiding principle in the organization's strategic plan. Deploying improvements in empowerment. As an organization deploys to achieve a breakthrough advancement in empowerment, there may be activities across the organization to be undertaken. This implies to the things that everyone in the organization needs to work on, regardless of whether it is the most important aspect towards empowerment in each manager's respective area. If this is the case, it will be identified and given resources in the overall strategic planning stage. However, unlike many other things that an organization might choose to improve, empowerment is granted by every supervisor, so when it shows up in a strategic plan, each supervisor ends up with an objective around empowerment. A supervisor only has a span of control over their direct reports, so these objectives are written around only that supervisor's direct reports' empowerment. However, by deploying this to each level of management, we do make sure that each manager is held responsible for empowering their employees, since they, in turn, hold them responsible for empowering their direct reports all the way through the organization. Summary. This discussion gives a clear picture of employee empowerment, the style of leadership that is, providing ownership to employees by proper training results in increased production rate, that too with quality. Thereby, a hike in the reputation of organization follows. Although it has some demerits, like every style of leadership exhibits, they can be controlled by providing tools, managerial guidelines, and proper training to the employees who are to be empowered. However, being a different concept, employee empowerment has become a buzzword in today's techno-driven environment. It is making its presence necessary in almost all organizations.
We were listening to the audiobook by the School of Management Studies IGNOU for MBA program. Course code Mmpc 011, titled Social Processes and Behavioral Issues. Course coordinator Professor Srilata. Voiceover by Renuka. Edited by Ashok Sharma. Program assisted by Tarannum Jaha. Program produced by Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh. This program was brought to you by Electronic Media Production Center of Indira Gandhi National Open University.